Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Bowman Weekly. In this episode, we're going to be going back with building control through a complicated layout. Kane's going to be walking you through some foundation works that we're doing for an extension. I'm going to be explaining myself and my views on global warming and like just following on from last episode's rant. And we've got more viewings and other shit like that, so enjoy the episode, subscribe.
We are back! Room fully plastered. Oh, so we're bumping it over. How's that not being picked up yet?
Right, look, this is where the bed was going to come to here. Yeah, to there, so then the bed's in here. It's giving here. Which means that's, obviously this comes on, then your socket's going to be in this side now.
Yeah. And this should be picked up as we set it out, shouldn't it?
It should have been.
Yeah, of course it does. Of course you do, mate, of course you do. Don't blame you how slow you're going, Lyndon. Sorry the fuck up, mate. Oh, sorry. Right, sorry. Right, yeah, so we're here. Plastering's cracking on, moving a bit of stuff in there, which should have been picked up as we set the building out. Again, it's all at our cost. We keeping, lads, all right? Good, lads. I'll ring Jeff, see where he's at.
That's what I told you he's coming for.
Look, have a look outside, that's excavation, because I want the concrete in tomorrow, Danny.
Well, that's what I'm waiting for, mate, so I can get the rest.
Digging 900 trench for the foundation. See the different colours of soil? You see all this black shit, then as you start getting to the browner stuff, that's clear that. What building control always want to see is a nice, hitting a good bed of clay. Just small condensed, and they don't want all this fucking old, shitty. Don't like that. Want something solid underneath it, and obviously clays make bricks, so they're fucking good. Excavated this out, get it filled up. We're not going to get the bricklayers here now, which is a shame. This week, I'll put them off till next week, but we'll have the foundation up. Probably drop someone else on to get it up to DPC. The company pals are going to come and smash it up to wall plate. Wall plate is, you put a bit of timber on top of the inner skin of the wall. That's where your roof timbers sit on. For the structural components. So all the drainage is now done, as you can see. So a couple of floorboards up in there, because we need to get a feed out of there from this one. Lyndon's going to sort that out because we're moving that over now, which is a shame. Should have been picked up earlier, but something to address on Friday's meeting. Hey up, young'un, how you doing, son?
Hey,
Where they scraped you up from then, lad?
yeah, oh, I'm a this
Oh, yeah. Unlucky, son. Yeah, so, but like I said, in these rooms, very little plastering to be done. It's just a bit of patchwork around here. It's all right. So we've got the young'un on the scraper now, prepping it ahead of Lyndon, then he'll be up here. End of next week, start bathroom, start going in. You stay still, son. I won't knock you off just yet. No stress at all, young'un. I say this room is ready to go, as you've seen previously. Ensuite in situ, all the cabling done. Head's in a good place in this one. We've got telly on the wall here. Desk is going to wrap in it here. Nice built-in unit here. This is 1500 wide. We're going to have a 500 unit and a 1000 unit. The 500, we'll have the mini fridge in, potential for a microwave, 4 dry unit goods, 1000, 4 drawer unit at the bottom, handrail, 2 cubbies at the top. Look plush. Getting on well, it's getting on well.
So you'd have seen this one in previous vlogs where we were trying to get the floor plan right for this because it's a tricky layout. It's not a tricky layout to get the 6, but a tricky layout to get the 6 optimized to the 4 and cost effectively as well. Chimney breasts out. Here's 1 bedroom, fucking massive. Ensuite go in a corner, we need to piece back in the floor. That's the stuff that the joiner's referring to, which Kane was referring to.
The ginger little bastard's about to complain. Fucking sights of shit all again, Kane. I know, but I want progress.
Wanting that sort of stuff cleaned up so we can crack on. Here we've got a little bedroom that we're going to knock a hole in there, stick a lintel in so we go through to the next room. Breast out there as well. This will then become one big room in here. And we've pulled out this wall here. It wasn't load bearing, so that's given us a nice big space. Hello, sir. All right, mate. This site's a bit fucking mad, isn't it?
They're all fucking mad, aren't they?
What's the problem with this one?
The fact that he took the back wall out and all that's on the whole end of the house, it was that lump of fucking wood.
Wood?
It
looks like steel.
It does.
Looks like an I-beam, yeah.
And that's what's happening. It made it look like steel.
What?
Yeah.
How'd they get away with that?
It'll stand. All that put some steel in it. I can't leave it like that. It's these floor levels is going to be the issue.
There's only a kitchen diner going there, isn't it?
It is, aye.
Can we not just step down the units and fucking have a
I
look?
can step them, but I mean, steps in the kitchens. I don't know how the HMO feel about that, like, because they're tripping up. When you come to get your license, building control probably not interested.
Yeah, yeah.
But the licensing officer, as I keep telling people, has the final word.
Yeah. But if we had just a seating area here or something, and maybe a little handrail or something, so it's just one step in, seat in there.
Yeah, but we're not getting.
Oh, so we need to build up the floor.
Yeah, because they won't pass it. They'll want to upgrade this anyway.
Fucking hell. So can we lift this when we put the steel back in then?
We can't lift it. That's
No, we can lift the floor up.
House.
We're gonna have to. What we're doing with this? Are we going to DPM it? I think what we do, mate, we'll get a DPM.
We'll leave them to that. We'll go this way. Dirty what they've done with that. So this is the problem with these retrofits. You never know what you're going to find. People have worked in these buildings possibly for the last 100 years. Might have gone through 3 different changeovers, 3 different refurbs, and then you find a dodgy beam in there. Dodgy wooden beam made to look like an I-beam, probably to pass some building control application time ago. And now you can see it's rotting out. So we need to reinstate proper steel in there so it's done properly. And that's a cost that we didn't know was going to happen on the scheme. And because it's a fixed price contract, we have to wear that cost. So there's going to be 500 quid, £1,000 or so in there to make that all good, lift up the end gate. But it's the whole end of the building. It's 2 stories above that. So it's going to cost us a bit. But that's the risk of fixed price lump sum contracts. On retrofits, you find all these nasties as you're peeling through the property. So sympathetic on contractors and construction when you're doing retrofits. It's not like new builds where it's just you hit the ground running, blank canvas, and the plans work, as do the actual practicalities of building them. Not the same with these kind of buildings. This is one room, all of that. Sit, Jimmy Breast's obviously out. This will be kind of like a little lounge sort of area, whatever. Bedroom, changing area in there, en suite. And we'll get rid of this door and then just have little steps down there. Through here, 2 more bedrooms. So we have same thing here, the bedroom through. So you see what we've done in here, we've opened that up. To join these 2 bedrooms, same thing we'll do downstairs. We get a nice big unit for it. And then this is all then just one big ass bedroom, again with like a changing sort of area. We could have got a 7-bed out of this, but instead go for 6 quality rooms. I have no problem letting it. It's gonna be fucking sweet. We'll reinstate a door here instead. That's this property, moving along nicely. I quite like this mirror, I feel like we should reinstate the mirror, do you know what I mean? Like get it back in the communal or something.
Back at the site in Newcastle, check on progress. I know the bathroom fitters have been here, I know the kitchen's been getting finished off. We see the light after this long, hard slug. Fucking cold now. The months are rolling in, but we've got a big commercial starting soon. And we need to start it soon, because when it gets below 0, we're not building no fucking extension work. So that's important for the job. As you can see, feature wall is now properly painted. Desks are going in, cabinets are going in. It's kicking the ass, isn't it? It's kicking the ass. Problem is, it's been a kick in the ass for 3 fucking weeks. So, rads are on. This is always a good sign. Shut up! We have a boiler, which is magic. As you can see, a lot of cupboard space up here and down here and up there for all the tenants. So, shoot that bar across, doing a bit of a return here, which creates a bit of a seating area. But fucking that's good kitchen, this. I actually got it from a different place. Normally you use Howden's. This is a bespoke manufacturer over Bishop Auckland. And it's worked out about the same price. And look, we've got a fucking drawer unit in the kitchen. Good. It's like real good, to be honest. Still a bit of daft shit to be done, but again, in here, wall units on the wall, desk along there, exactly how we want. They'll be moving that across. So fucking close. Bathroom's now in here. Ooh. Cladding's still to go on. I like them. Like that. Like that. But that wasn't in last week. No full length worktop here. Microwave dome sensor lights here. Set-fix electrics have been going on. That's in the fire alarms in place, which are fantastic. Underlaid down in the bedrooms. Drawer units sat on the top, ready to go in there. Wall units in. This is very much a kick in the arse off. Set-fix electric's been getting pegged back. That needs swapping for a black screw, because it's fucking lazy. Middle needs filling. It's not all bad, it's very close. Have they changed that cunt yet? No, they haven't. I didn't see all the vinyls are cut to size. Oh, a nice patterny vinyl for the ensuite. That is either boarding over or working around the windows. I've let the lads decide, because we're on a price anyway, so. And they're paying for the sheet of material. Normally we'll do panelling in the communals, it is a part of our spec. This just missed a bit of a spec change. We're incorporating the bits like the desk and the cupboards and stuff like that, then like the panelling in the bedrooms with a feature section on them. It's weird because like we planned these like 5-6 months ago, then through conveyancing and the construction period, and you see the new spec come to fruition because everyone fucker was copying us in Darlington, and now we've got to catch up again. So unlucky. Fucking hell, yeah, bathroom's fitted in there. Get in there, sonny. Go and have a look at it. That's a bit wanky, but it's not going to break my heart. Still filling and dilling to do. Top coats to go on. Underlays down. It's so close. They're teasing me. That's what the team's doing. They're fucking teasing me. This door, I'm sure, was in the same position last week. It's frightening. Just need screens on now. That's been done. Nice big panel sheets on this one. Normally we use like 250 sheets. We like the bigger ones. They come in a metre. Because we do a lot of 800 by 1000 or 900 by 900 quadrant, which is that one. Like the metre just does, we can rip a little bit back, but there's no joints in the straight run of the panel. I think that's quite fucking plush. What do you think, sonny?
I like that.
Nice, isn't it? Normally this is a grey, but we went a bit of a white marble effect. Viewers, let us know what you think. Do you prefer the white or do you prefer the grey? Pan to grey. Ding, ding, we're back. That's a cue for Jay to edit that. Let's say silboard still to go on. Need a film on this window. Ah, you don't look too bad, darling. Oh. The joiner's missus. She went, oh, don't look at me, I look terrible. I mean, look, you never know quite how they're going to work on a plan. And that is going to be a bit crazy. Like, but you can, like, get in, like, and you're sat in here. It's just how comfortable it feels, as you can see. It's not great. This area is going to be mint. It's real close now. I'll have to tell them where this is going to go. That's why it's on the floor, so no, they're not going to put it up in that little tiny corner.
And now we're here at another site, 6-bed HMO, that's going through. But just before we jump in, I just wanted to caveat something I said in the previous section of this video, talking about global warming, CO2, things like that, yeah? Because sometimes things require context. I don't want anyone looking at this going, Ryan doesn't believe in CO2, blah, 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 doesn't believe in global warming, all that shit. That's not the point. The point is the ESG targets and everything like that. These are mechanisms used by major banks, major hedge funds, the money people, the people who control the money, to control society, to control politicians. That is what it's created for. And they're using climate change as a hoax, because climate change has happened always. It's happened forever. It's historic. Ever since we've had oceans, we've had climate change. We're actually coming out the back of an ice age. And if you look at the historical data, don't just listen to the media, but actually go look at the research, you can find that times on average were hotter back in the early 20th century than they were now. And we've always ebbed and flowed in our climate. So climate change is just obvious. It's kind of like saying, you know, climate is real. Climate is real. Climate change is real. Like, it's the same thing. And then global warming is another thing that's used. But yes, the globe has warmed and it has cooled historically. And our CO2 contributions to the global atmosphere are about 3%, actually just about sub 3%, because the rest of all of the warming and all of the emissions comes from the natural world, volcanoes, bacteria in our oceans, and all kinds of things. So we are such a small contributor. And then you actually look at what's happened in government, and there's all these government incentive funding programs for research scientists in all corners of scientific fields to go and find signs of global warming and carbon emissions in various sectors that we work in, and to show proof of that. And if they don't show proof of it, they don't get funding. So what does that mean? We've created this mental incentive system around the fucking world, particularly in America, for scientists to stay paid and in a job. They have to keep finding signs of CO2 and emissions. And then they use that in all of their data, and their scientists to then use that in the press as a reason for global warming and CO2 and all this bollocks. And what does it actually come from? Why is the globe, why does it warm up and why does it cool down? Well, it's actually almost 99.99999% definite when you just look at the hard science. It's actually from radiation from deep within our galaxy. That radiation comes down, it spews radioactivity and gamma rays onto our oceans, which creates cloud formation. That cloud formation happens and it cools the Earth down. That then reflects more radiation from coming into our atmosphere, heating up our oceans, and then it creates an ice age and a cooling mechanism. But what protects that sometimes is solar flares from our own sun, and that can then deflect the deep radiation and gamma rays coming from supernova explosions and things like that deep within our galaxy, and that stops the gamma rays hitting our oceans, interacting with water particulates that then creates more cloud formation, and therefore we have a heating event. So when there's solar flares, we have more heating. When there's not, there's more cooling because of cloud formation that can come from that radioactivity. There is a hardcore science. You can go and research this stuff, you can go and find it. And that is much bigger contributor to global warming and global cooling, which we go through in cycles, and we have done for millions of years, than driving fucking cars on the road. Now, yes, there is another way to look at things, like there are toxins and things things like that that come out onto our streets and we breathe those in. And yes, there are reasons to drive electric cars. I'm all for it, but not at the expense of destroying industries and making house prices ridiculously expensive so that no one can get on the housing ladder. There's common sense. And bear in mind as well, during the time that the government has colluded with major corporates to bring in all of these measures, like funding for scientists to do research on finding signs of CO2 emissions coming from all different facets of our economy, at the same time, trillion-dollar energy industries, green tech industries have been created off the back of it. And all that money, where's that coming from? Government subsidized industry. It's coming from higher rates of energy prices and all this other shit, extracting wealth from the average Joe, you and me, and sticking it in the hands of these rich elites who work in line with our policymakers and our politicians. So go look at the science, go look at it, and you can see it, and you see for your own eyes that we're all being fucked by the establishment. Anyway, I must seem like some anarchist mentalist in these videos, but I'm not wrong. Like, go have a look at it. Like, the world's becoming a weird fucking place. So we need to be aware of this stuff. Anyway, this is a 6-bed HMO, and we're walking through it, and we've dropped our ceilings in now. Another good one, another banging size property. I'm happy with this. Good site. I mean, I don't have to deal with all the bullshit thermal upgrades and stuff like that as well, because it's just a standard C3 house, PD rights, C4 HMO. So all back to brick because it was fucking old. Maybe we'll get some exposed walls in it. Room there. Done quite a bit of structural work there to open out the kitchen diner. And now we'll have a look on the first floor. Get a bathroom in there. We're doing a loft conversion. Fucking hell. Bedroom here. Bedroom. Loft conversion. Fucking beautiful. Look at this. Mate, fucking beauty. I'll get the torch on. This is a big space, all for this. So yeah, 6-bed HMO, another perler. Love it. This is the kind of stock we're trying to turn around all the time now. But anyway, have a chat with the lads on site, see how they're getting on. Stay safe. Fuck the government.
We're here. 6E. This is called Pedro. He's officially called Peter. All cables in, all the pipe works in. The waste haven't been put in yet. That's going to be done as infrastructure works next week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, closing everything in, insulate, close it all in. Everyone will see where everything's going. Jeff will be round when these boys say it's finished, sign it all off. So we do an site induction for each phase of works and a site sign off for each phase of work, so we can make sure everything's in the correct places. That'll enable the boys to get paid their money, because we're all bashing it out on price at the minute. Isn't that right, Pedro, son? Like, as you can tell, he's not making a lot of money because he's fucking stood around. As you can see, all our manifold systems ready to go in. The plumber's back here tomorrow, the day after. I've told him it needs releasing for next Wednesday. As we can see in here, what we'll do, we'll span another ceiling across that. We'll carry this right the way through and just drop it all in, but it allows a service void for all the boys in here. So this will be the last room, they'll work their way out to this one. The wall's going to come across here. As you can see, we've bricked that up. Just need to do a top bed joint now. The wall's going to come across here. We'll move the boiler position to about here, the wall here, and the rest of this is bedroom. We'll build a new ensuite out the back, so we're just poking feet through at the minute. Isn't that right, Pedro? Come on, man, son, let's get upstairs. Fucking hell, getting over fucking 10 rooms down there.
You could actually. There's doorways and everything, you know.
Is there?
Full-size doorways.
Well, there you go. You never know what you're buying. Let's get up and see the boys. Easy, don't mind me, say boys. It's a plethora of activity. Floorboards are up.
Hey up, sugar.
Fucking look at them. Hello, son, how you doing?
This is me, mate, Liam.
Liam, pleasure. This is Sonny. With the camera.
Are we on video, by the way?
Fucking non-patrol, so he's fucked. As you can see, first fix, Monday. Touch and go. All the isolation valves, all done properly. Got also an isolation in the communal now. So at any point during that property, we can isolate in 2 areas. So it's illegal carrying around a python, you know, son. I'd have been arrested straight away there. All back box positions marked out. Every time we do one of these, as you can see, the deviations on this, need to nip that back, but we'll board that first, then we'll dot and dab through that after the ceilings went in. Pushing on, ready for boarding next week. So what we've done here, as you can see, because the rooms are all on an angle, we've built this bit of a frame out, so we'll get an 800 by 900 tray here now. Just to take the kinks out of the room. It was going to be this side, but because we're going to have to put the toilet this side, surface mount on the external and get it round to the backyard, because this is gable end. Originally the toilet was that way, it'd just be too much getting it out. There's a commercial unit down below us, so we can't exactly pop through a ceiling for them. And just to avoid maintenance issues, if the shit pipe ever did leak, it'd be a fucking problem for us. So this is a 6-bed HMO with 1 commercial unit, so it's going to be classed as 7 units. They're paying £550 a month, excluding bills at the minute. So obviously 6 beds on this, roughly 600, 3,600, £550 a month on top. That's 4,100 quid a month. They'll be taking home 100% of downstairs and upstairs. So that'll work out to about £2,200 take home a month, which is a solid return. The build costs on this are 126. We've upgraded the spec again, built-in stuff included in that. Sorry, it's 135 because we've got an extension out the back as well, but it's only a small one. We're going to charge 10k for that, which is light, but equally, again, it's repeat work. Then we've got acquisition price on this was 125, so including fees, 140. They're all in for about 280 on this. The gross development value of the building is about 350 on this, so there's a good chunk of change. What they'll be pulling out, it works out to about 60-70% ROI. This one with the amount of money left in. That's a solid scheme.
Thank you for watching this episode this week. Very much appreciated. I understand that my views on global warming and carbon emissions and things like that may sound a little bit, esoteric, like where's he getting this information from? But all I'm saying is, can you really buy into mainstream media and strong public narrative that we've seen over the last few decades when you just look at what's happened through the last election cycle, other misinformation through the COVID pandemic and all kinds of other shit we've been force-fed through mainstream media, whilst trillion-dollar industries have been built in the background for these huge energy companies and renewable producers. I just think that there's something fishy going on, and it's worth looking at the data, looking at hard science from both sides, and then sort of come to a logical conclusion, So maybe I'm wrong, maybe I am, but it's worth looking at. Anyway, big love, subscribe, see you next week.